Hello and welcome to Round Glass. My name is Lisa Kring. I'm a committed practitioner of Vipassana Buddhism and a licensed clinical social worker. And thank you so much for joining me for this series, live streaming every Wednesday for the next 4 Wednesdays on loving kindness. And we're going to start right now with loving kindness for ourselves. This is a deep practice in which we allow the heart to open. As a good friend, almost like a good friend, how we feel in the presence of a good friend. Incredibly friendly, completely accepting. And this is really the invitation for this practice. So I want to start with a question and I'll offer it, and it's wonderful that we're all practicing together, live streaming in this way. So I'd like to invite you to share in the chat. And the question that I'd like to ask is, are you kind to yourself? So take a moment before you answer and really feel into that. Are you really kind to yourself? We can actually often be our own worst enemy a lot of the time. And tragically, this really only holds us back in the end. So in this first 5-session series, we'll be cultivating the practice of loving kindness, similar to the way the Buddha offered it over 2,000 years ago as a natural, always present innate heart quality, starting first with ourselves. Why is this? Why do we start at home? Why do we start with ourselves? According to the Buddha, the most important relationship in our lives is this one, right here, with ourselves. The going wisdom is, if we can't be kind and friendly in this way to ourselves, it reflects in all of our relationships, and all of our relationships suffer as a direct consequence. So please give yourself a lot of credit for showing up for yourself right now, for this deep process, lifelong, of holding ourselves with a kind, friendly, and tender heart. So please, I'd love to hear your responses from the chat before we move into the practice. And someone says, when I'm tired, I find myself in old patterns of unkindness. Yes. Isn't it true that we start to notice the conditions that support kindness and those conditions that don't support kindness? When we're tired, it's actually an opportunity for more kindness where we can allow ourselves to rest. We should really let that be the kindness practice, that we really notice when we're tired, that we're having a hard time, and the kindness really flows in the action of actually resting. Eddie says, I could be kinder and more accepting for sure. I agree, right? There's always so much room for the heart to open to ourselves. And Nikki, welcome Nikki. Nikki says, I've been kinder to myself lately. That's really beautiful. And this is wonderful to end on that share, because it really does give us hope that this is possible. And this is a practice, depending on if you've done this before. This is something that you continue to practice throughout life, as I was saying. And I will say, most definitely, if you do practice it and continue to practice it in the way that Nikki expressed, you too will discover that you are kinder to yourself. There really is something to this. So if you have any questions, as I'm guiding this meditation, please drop into it, but go ahead and have them ready at the end. And you can put them into the chat if you feel like it, if it doesn't pull you too much out of your experience. And I'd love to have the opportunity to really answer your questions afterward. So let's settle in, shall we? And with loving kindness meditation, it's traditional, dating back to the Buddha, that we actually start with a very kind posture to our own bodies, where we allow the body to rest in as much ease as possible. So with loving kindness, especially loving kindness for ourselves, I'd like you to see what feels really kind. Really discover for yourself. Take some time. I'm going to give you a little bit of space to take some time to really be kind physically, and to allow yourself perhaps to lie down, actually, if that's possible, wherever you are, in a way that feels very comfortable and relaxed. If you're not too sleepy, if you're very sleepy, you may fall asleep, but if you feel wakeful enough, because we want the heart to awaken. This is an awakening practice. Please feel free to lie down, and it's beautiful. The heart opens more naturally to ourselves, to others, when the body feels safe and comfortable. So I'm just going to give you another moment to settle in, and as we begin, I want you to just rest in the body in a posture of kindness to yourself and just soak that up. Really experience it in the body. This is a direct experience of your kindness that you can feel, that you have given to yourself. So really connect to that. And as more ease in the body, to enhance even more ease, let's just take some time to really rest in this body as the body rests on the earth. In any way, in whatever position you're in, just feel that kind, powerful, stable support of the earth beneath your body. And let that support even more ease in this body right now. So as you connect to the earth, I'd also like to invite you to connect to this breath. As you breathe in, just feeling the in-breath as a kind of flow of kindness to yourself. And let that really allow the intention for kindness to begin to bloom in your body, in your heart. And if you like, you can allow the sides of your mouth to move up into a gentle smile. We're letting the body lead with ease and friendliness and welcoming. And just see, how does that feel to rest in the body? And is it a felt sense of kindness right now, of support right now? And in continued support of this practice, we always take some time before we practice to really allow ourselves to align with the deep intention of what brought us here. So as you rest in the body, just feeling the weight of the body cradled and supported by the earth, really feeling that physically. Take a moment now as you breathe, breathing into the heart, breathing out of the heart, just starting to warm up the heart. Just allow the breath to do all of that for you. Breathing in, opening, expanding that heart center, literally in the chest, and breathing out gently. As you do this, feel into the reality, the truth of the very kind and good heart that brought you to this live stream practice right now. Something very deep within you brought you here. You responded to the theme, and here you are. This is a beautiful validation of the potential for your heart to open with so much kindness to yourself. So just rest in the possibility of kindness. As you literally right now rest in the experience of this heart, this good heart, feel into the good warm heart that brought you here right now. As a way to warm up this quality. And what we are really inviting here is a quality, an innate quality of the heart that is friendly and welcoming, very kind, radically inclusive. I'd like you to just warm up this quality by just spontaneously allowing an image to form in your mind's eye of something that for you just really captures kindness. See what unfolds in your mind's eye. Perhaps it's the image of a young child that you know and love, or a pet. So just see what arises and welcome it, and bring the image into vivid focus and resonate, align with the image. Allow your heart to feel it. Let it actually, this image, let it land into the heart. And notice how that feels naturally. We're not trying to make the heart open. There's no effort here. It's more that we're aligning with images and experience right now in the moment, in the ease of the body, relaxed. Supported by this deep intention that really brought you here. To really allow that image of what for you just captures true deep kindness. It could be an image from the natural world. And allow it to land in the heart. Just let the heart take it in. And as you do, see if you notice the warm, shining sun of kindness just naturally radiate and bloom up into this heart that is just waiting to shine, waiting to shine in a way where you can bask in this natural light. Sometimes the image, once again, employing imagery because it can bypass, images can easily bypass any argument in the mind. See if that image of a warm, radiating sun rising up in the summer sky. Let the heart warm up in this way and see what it's like to just allow the heart to radiate like a sun, as natural as the sun in the sky, always here, always available. And see what it's like if you resonate with this image and feel it in the heart center. See what it's like to simply bask in the warmth there and allow yourself to simply rest and bask and soak in that light of kindness. What's it like for you to move into this light? How does that feel? And in this practice, we come to realize that this is the heart's true nature, as natural as the sun in the sky. See if you can come back again and again to the warmth that you feel radiating in the heart center. Allow it to be like a warm sun and simply soak it up. So this is the heart's natural state. But often it can be obscured by clouds in a way. And these are clouds of conditioning that form over a lifetime. Clouds of self-doubt, clouds of self-criticism. We all have these clouds to some degree. And in this practice, even though, and right now, You're not quite soaking in that warm glow to any degree, just like the sun in the sky that is often obscured by clouds. You can know that the sun is still there without a doubt. So see if that helps to support this quality already shining. And part of what this practice is about is just allowing the heart to liberate itself, to unburden itself from that conditioning, and to shine and radiate more and more and more. But see if the image of a sun really allows it to be natural, available, abundant, without limit, enough for you and for everyone. As you rest in this experience, if you like, just to allow for more light, allowing for that experience. You can begin to consider and reflect on your good qualities. And this can help turn up the volume, allow you to feel worthy of receiving what is already available for you. See if that allows you to come into the light, the warmth of kindness, of friendliness. Just reflect on your good qualities. And this can be challenging. It's okay, just acknowledging that. And if you like, you can even deepen the connection perhaps by inviting the image of yourself as a young child. And as you do so, just notice what image shows up. It's quite mysterious. The heart has its own logic. And as you begin to connect to this image of yourself as a child, become a bit curious. Notice how old you are. What's going on? What was going on in your life at that time? Were you in need of a lot of kindness? Is that why this part is showing up? Really tune in to connection with this image of yourself as a child. Really taking in the body posture, the expression on the face, and see if your heart, in incredible recognition in the way that only you can, the heart just melts and opens with compassion and kindness. It melts. It melts in recognition of the truth that we're all innocent. We're all in need of this kindness. It's the deepest medicine. So if the image of yourself as a child is meaningful, you can stay with that. You can stay with that. And as you rest, either with the image of yourself as a child or feeling into that radiating quality of the heart like a sun and just resting in that warm glow, just feeling and receiving as a kind of profound welcome. Welcome home. Come on into the light. It's okay. Come on. And as traditional with this practice dating back to the Buddha, we also use not only images but words, kind words and phrases that once again allow the heart to open, to liberate itself, to come out from the clouds. So just receive the words, let them drop deep down into your being, into your heart. And just notice which ones land and resonate into an experience of kindness. May I be truly happy. May I be truly happy in this life, just as it really is. May I always be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I always be safe in a kind and caring heart. May I be healthy in body and in mind. May I be truly healthy. May I take good care of myself and make sure that I live in accordance with my values, with what is best for my health and well-being. May I be deeply peaceful and at ease in this life. May I come to accept, or begin, if you like, begin to accept more and more myself just as I am, just as I really am. So allow these words to ripple and resonate throughout your heart. Often they can rest just on the heart, and interestingly enough, they drop in mysteriously. Perhaps not now, but at a future time when you practice this. And we learn to trust the process. The heart has its own logic. You're not trying to make anything happen. And if you are finding that you're struggling with this practice in any way, then that becomes your doorway into kindness, right there, just as it actually is. If you're struggling, see if you can stop for a moment. Recognize that this is hard, and then see if you can be really kind to yourself and maybe offer yourself some kind words. Okay, I'm right here with you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm right here. I've got you. It's okay. I am not going anywhere. So no matter what unfolds in this practice, letting go of what you think it should feel like, and stay with the heart as it truly is. This is the only way. And whatever unfolds, see if it can become an opportunity to really stop and be kind and care. For these last minutes of this practice, continue to rest in the radiating sun and warmth of kindness. Just let it be as simple as the sun in the sky and you stepping into the light. Just soak in that, relax, receive it. There's nothing you need to do but receive and feel it, and notice how that feels. If you'd like to offer yourself a particular phrase or words, you can really make this your own and really talk to yourself as you would a very dear friend or beloved child. And for these last few minutes of this practice, remember, don't work at this. Simply rest and connect to this heart. Invite these images and allow whatever unfolds to unfold. And let it be an opportunity in any way to be kind and patient, to be a good friend, to really stay with yourself through the experience as it really is, like a good friend does. And perhaps if the heart is radiating and you're feeling that warmth, its nature, this heart nature, like the sun, naturally radiates outward. And you can allow, if this feels welcome and natural, you can just let the light of kindness warm in this heart center. Just sit back and let it radiate out into the world. And make sure as you do this that you also remain in the light. You are part of this receiving. And you can just notice how far it begins to radiate, perhaps out into the room you're in. Perhaps it begins to radiate to those you love. Maybe it also just starts to shine like the sun itself, without preference, out into everyone in your neighborhood. And you can just see how it naturally shines, including, of course, most importantly, yourself. So this last minute, give yourself a lot of credit no matter what you experienced, especially if this is the first time that you've practiced this meditation. Really give yourself a pat on the back. This is really profound, this process of coming home to our own hearts. And as you rest in this last few minutes in the ease of the body, the warmth of the heart perhaps, just ask yourself and reflect, what did I notice? Were any particular images helpful to just opening the heart? Perhaps it was the image for you of someone you love who represents kindness, or a spiritual teacher that shows up for you, that just, your heart just breaks open when you feel their presence. So this is really the way we start to access this natural quality. Or perhaps it was the warm sun that you could just soak in. What we're tuning into is how kindness feels in the heart, actually a felt experience in the present moment, real and palpable. And you can, as a practice, you can really explore what is supportive for you in cultivating this quality, this natural, friendly, welcoming, and kind quality towards yourself. Perhaps it was connecting yourself as a child. So we'll end this practice, and I'm just going to ring the prayer bowl just to signal the end of this meditation time together. And if you're lying down, just remain at ease. And even after this live stream ends, I invite you to continue Don't stop just because this live stream stops. How kind can you be? How does this practice then naturally flow into your life? Perhaps you'd like to remain at ease for a little bit longer, even after this ends. I've really noticed in my own practice that if I stay with this, it's really an incredible transformation. I can verify that if you stay with it, something really does happen. The heart wants to open. It's its natural state, as I was saying. So thank you again. I just want to thank you so much for joining me. I hope this felt really beneficial and supportive. And I want to invite you to follow me on my profile. And if you like, you can always practice this session again. I invite you to really make this part of your daily practice or your life. And you can see when I'm going live next. So thank you so much. And I hope I see you again soon, so that you too can say in any moment, welcome home.